What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey. And today, we're going to talk about this NBA playoff round 2 game 4 matchup between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so this game will be played at 9:30 p.m. East Coast time. The line did open up over under 215, Dallas -1.5. The line has since moved to over under 215 still, but Dallas -1. All right, so let's take a look at what's been going on in this matchup. The Oklahoma City Thunder might be starting to panic a little bit right now, guys, as they're hoping to avoid falling into a 3-1 series deficit after failing painfully short. You know what I mean? I mean, falling painfully short, guys. Like, they literally, in that last game, man, to lose 105-101. in a road loss in game 3, where Shai Gilgeous is getting you 31 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists, and 5 blocks. Like, that is disheartening. That has got to be disheartening. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dallas Mavericks are now aiming for a 3rd straight victory in this series, guys. All right, PJ Washington, I don't even know what to say about PJ Washington. So in the last video, I said there was no way on God's green earth PJ Washington, you finna let PJ Washington come out here and do this again. And guess what happened? They let PJ Washington come on out there and light them up again. Now, I understand PJ Washington was pretty decent when he was over there with Charlotte. You know, he is stepping up to the moment, and I much appreciate it because I got PJ Washington cards that I thought were trash because, you know, he just ain't, he just has not been somebody to step up in the moment. Maybe this is his opportunity to go ahead and prove the world wrong. Do I think he can do it three times in a row? Man, I don't know about that. But then if he doesn't do it, then who else can? Because they still got Luka and they got Kyrie over there. If you're letting PJ Washington get off, like, you guys can't show any extra attention to this guy just because of the fact, like, he's been getting off. You got to figure out a way to turn his faucet off, man. You got to go ahead and lock this dude in somehow. So in game 1, the Mavs lost 95-117. First quarter, it was tied 23-23. Then OKC came out and scored 39 points in the second quarter and only gave up 30 points. So OKC was good at half there. Then it was 27-26. OKC won that quarter, and then they won the fourth quarter 28-16. So if OKC comes out and they play strong, usually they can get a trifecta, or at least that's what you see right here. But let's go ahead. That was game 1 in OKC, guys. Of course, Kyrie only scored 20 points in that game. He led the team, and then Shai scored 29. He had 13 free throw attempts, only hit 11 of them. You know, Dallas shot 39.3% from the field, where OKC shot 44.9% from the field. They both shot pretty decent from 3. Dallas shot 34.3% from 3, but OKC shot 45.7% from 3, guys. And Dallas turned the ball over a lot in that game. They had 16 turnovers to OKC's 11 turnovers. And remember, OKC feeds off of that fast break and that causing turnovers, guys. They also feed over winning the rebounding battle. They won 52-39 in the rebounding battle in this game. In game 1. All right, so when we come out and look at game 2, what happened? How did it switch so badly for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Well, final score was 119-110. In the first quarter, Dallas came out and did what they were supposed to do and scored 36 points to OKC's 32. And then Dallas came out and did what they were supposed to do again and scored 32 points to OKC's 30, winning the first half. It comes down to who can win the first half. You know, when I'm looking at this series, guys, and how they're playing for end-game bets, just so you know, because pay attention to the trends, right? So in the third quarter, OKC only scored 27 points. Dallas came out, scored 31. Once again, Dallas won the third quarter. The fourth quarter, Dallas only scored 20 points, and OKC scored 21, but that was the key point right there. OKC had to overcome something in that fourth quarter, and OKC just look what they scored 20. What was it? Okay, they scored 21 points in this one. All right, and then in game 1 in the fourth quarter, just so I can look, They scored 28, but Dallas only scored 16. So what was the difference? They ain't come out and play that defense, man. You got to come out and with some urgency in the fourth quarter, understanding the gravity of this situation. This is playoff basketball, and you got to play some defense, man. Now, that was OKC's prime opportunity to kind of take control of this series, because when you letting it get to where it's at right now, you letting P.J. Washington score 29 points in game 2, all right, with only shooting one free throw, and he missed it. Okay, and Shea had that amazing game, and you got Dallas shooting 46.7% from the field, and you came out and shot 47.2%, and hell, you know, they ain't shooting no 48.6% from three again, are they? Well, maybe Dallas could, because let's look at game 3 in a second, and then OKC shot 33.3% from three. All right, turnover battle was even. Dallas barely won the rebounding battle. It was way closer. It was 44-41, which also is key in this series, man. Chet Holmgren's got to kind of show up down on them blocks, man. Like, at the end of the day, Shea can't be your leading rebounder. Like, he's not 7'1" or whatever the heck Chet Holmgren is. You know what I mean? He's your two guard. All right, sometimes playing the point, right? And then when you look at what happened in game 3, when they got to Dallas, all right, OKC did come out, all right, and think that they were going to fight a little bit in this game, because in the first quarter it was 26-23 Dallas, all right, so OKC's down 3, and then it was 29-25 OKC, so now OKC is up by 1 point at the half, all right, then you got the third quarter, OKC scored 26, but Dallas came out and scored 31. You know, and then in the fourth quarter, it was 23-23. But it comes down to that third quarter, guys. When you see going on in the third quarter, can tell you how things are going to go on for these two teams and who's going to win. And you can kind of even pick a margin from there. All right? Like, for real. Just so you know, the in-game betting is real, guys. It's a great opportunity. Okay, great opportunity. But in game 3, okay, so Shea scored 31 points. PJ came out and did another 27. I'm not understanding how that happened, but you know, I guess I don't know everything, and nobody else does. Nobody else could have told you PJ Washington was going to come out and score 27 points again. You tell me. If you, in the comments, I want you to tell me right now if you believe PJ Washington was going to come out there and score another 27 points. If you can honestly say that, please post it in the comments, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't know nobody that saw that coming. All right, now, as far as field goals percentage is concerned, OKC shot 46.9% from the field. Dallas shot 42.9% from the field. Both of them matched each other from three, 33.3%. Both of them matched each other on turnovers, 14. And Dallas barely won the rebounding battle, 48-41 again. So, as you can see, this rebounding battle has been getting very tight, very close. And that can pretty much be the make or break for these teams. So let's go ahead and let's look at how these two teams have been matching up in the series and what they've been saying. So we all know fifth year forward PJ Washington looked impressive. Like, no one expected that. Washington made 5 3-pointers and finished with 27 points on Saturday. Doncic had 22 and 15. Kyrie had 22 points. You know, Mark Dagnall said that was probably the missed opportunity of the game for us. We were up by 10 and had a pretty good grip on it and just didn't stack quality enough possessions in that part of the game to either extend the lead or hold on to the lead. And that comes back to poor shooting. Like, you can't come out and just shoot a 3, guys. Like, so people got to understand. I get it. That's the way the basketball is played now. But when it's playoff time, you got to get on your mid-range game. You have to rotate the ball. You know, the ball can't just stick with one dude's hand. Like, you got to actually call plays. So it's not. It's half-court sets. It's not going to be as many fast breaks. You know, the turnovers are going to be less, or even. You know, so like those are the things you got to anticipate when it comes playoff time, guys. That's why this series has been real hard. It's been a very hard series to call, not gonna lie. I've had my wins, but and I'm gonna win tonight too. But you know, it's been a very hard series to call, guys. You know, just to let y'all know how this has been going for me personally, how I feel about it. I'm like, when I pick from an analytical standpoint, right? And I look at a lot of numbers and I'm looking at a lot of information and I'm tabulating everything together, and then I come with my formula and then I figure out what I got, right? Who I'm going with. But when you got a series like this where you got all the injuries that you're dealing with, you know, you got Luka out here. He is questionable. Okay, he's dealing with a right knee sprain, a left ankle soreness, something else with his right knee. He bust his face on the court the other day. Face bounced off the court. Don't know what was going on with his tooth. You know, there's just a lot going on. Okay, Maxi Kleber's still out. Of course, we know the rest of the guys, Prosper and Brown the third, they out. You know, but and OKC's healthy, which makes it completely like insane what's going on right now just because of PJ Washington. He is the X factor that's kind of thrown off how I feel about this series. You know what I mean? Made it so much harder because it's just like, how y'all letting PJ Washington get off on you like that, man? PJ Washington? PJ Washington. Like, you should just look in the mirror and say that to yourself. PJ Washington, how you let him get off on you like that? You know, just saying. So when you look in so far this series or this season, these teams have played each other a total of 7 times. And the 7 times they played each other, OKC's up 4-3. And then when you look against the spread, and that's straight up. When you look against the spread, OKC's up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dallas is up 4-3. Look at it flips then. And then when you look over-under has been 4 overs and 3 unders so far this season, guys. All right. So far in this playoff series, now it's been 2 to the under and 1 over. That was game 2, where it went over. And of course, we know Dallas has won the last 2 and covered the last 2 games, guys. But coming into this, you know, OKC was playing some great defense. It's 3 to the over and 7 to the under in the last 10 going all the way back to the regular season. And Dallas, they've been playing some great defense too. It's only 4 to the over and 6 to the under going all the way back to the regular season, guys. So we're talking about 2 teams that's been coming out and playing some pretty good defense, but are they really playing a good defense? Because look, OKC been playing against the Pelicans, man. We're looking at Pelican numbers right now as far as those types of things averaged in there right now. And the Pelicans are not they are not the Mavericks. They just not, especially since Zion Williamson was injured and Brandon Ingram was just coming back from injury. There was just a lot going on in that series that made it not the equivalent of what Dallas went through going against a veteran-laden, well-coached Tyronn Lue team and the Clippers. Yeah, okay, the Clippers, they were all over the board for all the players that they had not consistently coming out and showing an effort to close a series or even get the ball in the right players' hands. And then they had Kawhi come in. There was a lot of things that made that tough for the Clippers. But at the same time, Dallas shored up their defense in that series. They were given an opportunity to try to get that thing all the way right. Their defense was good coming into the playoffs, but it got even better in that series. They understood how to do the rotations. They figured out what they were actually supposed to be doing out there from a game-to-game, minute-to-minute, man-to-man type deal, man. All right, so in this situation in the playoffs right now, OKC's 5-2 and straight up, and Dallas is 6-3 straight up. As a home favorite on the season, Dallas is 22-10, and as a away underdog, OKC is 7-9 straight up. Now, against the spread, as an away underdog, OKC still 7-8-1 against the spread, and as a home favorite, Dallas is 18-14 against the spread, guys. In this playoff, OKC is 4-3 against the spread, whereas Dallas is 6-3 against the spread. Remember, they did have a longer series when they were playing Clippers. And then when you look at the over-under is concerned, over-under in the playoffs, it's 2 to the over and 5 to the under for OKC, and it's been 4 to the over and 5 to the under for Dallas so far this playoff. Now, when you're looking at way underdog, they're 7 to the over and 9 to the under, so they still trend to the under in that situation. And as a home favorite, it's 13 to the over and 19 to the under, trending to the under for Dallas in that situation as well, guys. Now this over under has it's still sitting at 214.5, but it was at 215 and 215.5, guys. So if you want to look at that under, you might want to get at that under soon. All right, because it's going to be it's going to be a defensive game. They're going to play some defense. I don't think this is going to go over. I don't think that PJ Washington's going to come out and do that again. I just can't see it happening, man. Not 3 times in a row. If it does, then, man, I am dead ass wrong. Okay, but I just don't. I don't see that happening. OKC's averaging 109.3 points per game in this series, and Dallas is giving up. I'm in the last three, and OKC is averaging. I'm not OKC. Dallas is averaging 106.3. So OKC's 109.3 and only giving up 106.3. Guys, it's only a 3-point variance that Dallas has been winning by or losing by, even though they are up in this series 2-1. And that's really because that first game was a blowout. Everything else has gotten tighter and tighter. As I anticipated, it will be a very tight game this game. Now, how do I feel about this game? Where am I at? It's just as simple as this, guys. Okay, when you're talking about OKC, the Thunder have won 8 of their last 9 night games. Okay, the Mavericks have lost Game 4 in each of their last 4 playoff series when leading the series 2-1. Now, this is all Luka time, guys. Okay, like I kind of pointed out to you in the last one. All right, the Thunder have covered the spread in each of their last 5 night games at American Airlines Center, and the Mavericks have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 7 Monday night games at the American Airlines Center. All right, now Dallas, on the other hand, has won each of their last 7 home games against Northwestern Division opponents. The Thunder have lost each of their last 6 games at American Airlines Center following a loss. Okay, the Mavericks have covered the spread in each of their last 7 home games against Northwestern Division opponents, and the Thunder have failed to cover the spread in 7 of their last 8 games as road underdogs. Each of the Mavs' last 7 home night games, guys, have gone under the total points line, and 10 of the Thunder's last 11 road games have, after following a loss, have gone over the total points line. So, what do I like? Where am I at? Man, I'm saying I'm leaning towards the under right now at that 215 if you can still get it, or 214.5. That's a lean because I could actually see these two teams getting to the 106.5, points. It's just it's more something that you have to pay attention to in game. I do like the Thunder being a dog today. If I'm looking for value, I'm definitely liking the Thunder with a point or a point and a half, whatever like that, 2 points, whatever you can get. If you can get more points than that, then I would tease it to get some points. I might even do that, guys. But those are my leans right now. Yeah, that's all I got on this, guys. Like, y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.